Yo, what is going on, guys? Johnny GB with the Token Minorities, bring you guys back another Pokemon expanded deck profile. I haven't done one of these since it was back on the old channel. Found a couple expanded decks that I do want to give a quick shout out to. I will leave the link down in the description so you guys can use the actual deck, because I actually have made a change in the deck I'm actually using. But these are from the Anaheim Regional. So I have a couple decks from the Anaheim Regional. This was held December 15th out in Anaheim, California. So this was an expanded tournament, black and white, all the way through Lost Thunder. This was the 4th place deck by Lei Wei. I am sorry if I butchered the name. But this is going to be a 4th place Zoroark deck that he finished with. We're going to hop into the deck manager here. And again, like I said in the last deck profile I did yesterday, this is going to be a different sort of review. I am going to explain what you're trying to do with the deck. I did a lot of testing with this deck yesterday to make sure I knew I had an understanding of what I needed to do. And then I also needed to give you guys honest feedback of what I think with the deck. So in testing, you really want to get Zoroark set up. This is kind of the staple for every game. You really want to get Zoroark set up so that you can start abusing people with Skyfield. Zoroark, Skyfield, such a great combination to use. But you also have just a lot of general support. This is where I think Expanded is actually really fun, is you have a lot of general support for stuff like item lock, ability lock, stuff that the standard format doesn't really have at the moment right now, or it isn't prolific as it is in the expanded format. So finishing 4th place, the decks that finished ahead of him were Seismitoad, Zoroark, Vespiquen, Flareon, and Rayquaza. So again, other good decks that have been around in the format. But for this deck, Zoroark is going to be your main attacker 10 out of 10 times, so there are occasions where you can use Seismitoad GX Quaking Punch so that you can remove items or prevent your opponent from playing items. So no Ultra Balls, Trainer Mail, or not Trainer's Mail. Yeah, Trainer's Mail, and Hammers potentially. Just preventing your opponent from really doing anything your next turn. Execute, kind of just that staple in the deck so that you can just Ultra Ball it, get it back into your hand, Ultra Ball it again, discard it with I play Dowsing Machine. You can play Computer Search. Either one really works. Computer Search just helps you search from the deck, but giving you guys a bigger rundown. So for Shaman EX, again, this is draw support if you're playing Skyfield. Really easy to get 4 Shaman on the bench. More Pokemon on the bench, the more your Zoroark will be hitting. You can be hitting for 180 damage with Zoroark. No choice bands in the deck, I believe, or 2 choice bands, so you're able to hit to 210. 210 can knock out opposing Zoroarks. Then you're looking at the Ditto Prism Star. So Ditto Prism Star is here for the Alolan Muck. So Alolan Muck has the power of alchemy. Each basic Pokemon in play and in the player's hands have no ability. So if you've already played your Shaman, you've played your Lele, got them onto the bench, gotten your draw support, Alolan Muck can actually shut down your opponent's Tapu Leles, your opponent's Shaman EXs, opponent's Mew EXs, which are played a lot in the expanded format. So the Alolan Muck is there kind of as a resort once you have gotten everything that you've needed to out of your basic Pokemon with abilities. Then you have Sudowoodo. Skyfield plus Sudowoodo is just such a good thing. You can stack up your bench while your opponent is stuck with a bench size of 4. Really good card. In the expanded format, it is just a blessing. And then finally, Marshadow, kind of just that pain card, because you have stuff like Colress, which can fill up your hand real quick, so you can actually drop down a Marshadow and really just limit your opponent's hand. Now, as far as the trainers, not going to see much variety in the actual deck list that Lei Wei actually uses. He has cards, he has a 4th Skyfield in the deck. He also has a Pokemon Communication, We are getting a reprint of that in our May set, I want to say. But right now, I wasn't actually able to do it. So I replaced a Force Skyfield and the Pokemon Communication with Faba. Faba actually sees a lot of play in Expanded. From what I was doing in testing last night, choose a tool or a special energy card from your opponent's Pokemon, put it into the Lost Zone. Such a good card, because everything is pretty much Zoroark spam down in Expanded, so you can be getting rid of their double colorless energy. Sending them to the Lost Zone, they're never coming back. You can get rid of Float Stones on Garbodors. So Faba, I think, is just a very good card. And then, again, I did say, I did replace the Dowsing Machine in for Computer Search. I did not have a Computer Search, but Dowsing Machine can possibly work the same way. I haven't used it really in testing. Everything else kind of just really standard for Expanded in terms of supporters. Lusamine starting to see a lot more play. You can put any combination of Stadium and supporter back into your hand. Just kind of recycling, which helps with the VS Seeker recycling. Colress is probably your best draw supporter in the deck, especially once you get Skyfield out. You are getting a lot of cards into your hand. So that is pretty much the deck. What I'm trying to do, get the Zoroark out, get the Skyfield out, and really start limiting what my opponent can do. If you guys want to use this deck list, I will have it copy pasted into the description below. Go ahead, feel free to use the deck. I will also link Libui's deck in the description below so that you guys can use that as well. But with all that being said, let us get into games. I do want to choose a coin here. I thought I had a Zoroark coin. I should have a Zoroark coin. Yep, I do. Alright, deck box. We're going to just go with the 20th anniversary. Alright. So we're going to play a couple games here. More likely to get good games on the Expanded Ladder Standard. I've gotten some really crazy stuff that I don't think I should be playing against. But with this, I am actually happy for what I have gone against. I've gone against Rayquaza, have had mixed results in the 2 Rayquaza games, also have played against Seismitoad and Night March. So we got an early matchup Water Box deck, possibly. Not really sure. I just don't want somebody playing like the theme deck, black and white theme deck. So you really want to go first with this deck. You want to get your Zorua out. You want to start getting your plays out so that you can build up your bench. Very bad opening hand, I will honestly say. Opening up with a Shaman is honestly awful. It's probably one of the worst feelings. It is the essential of opening up Lele, those that have played the meta. Alright, so we are playing Greninja Break with Alolan Ninetales, which is actually going to be interesting because I don't think I have a non-GX attacker. Yes, we will say yes to the rest, and we're going to play down a Zorua. So he does open up a Froakie. Let's see. Well, right off the bat, I can play a Skyfield. We're going to play Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail lets us search, see if we can find anything. There's a Float Stone and a Level Ball. Which do I need more? Float Stone I would need for like a Alolan Muck. I'm going to go Level Ball. Level Ball so I can search out Sudowoodo, because I believe Sudowoodo is under 90 HP. Oh, it is not. Well, I guess we'll go with the Ditto Prism Star. Let's see, what else can we do? I could Cynthia, but I mean, next turn I would have a Zoroark actually set up, and possibly an Alolan Muck. So I'm pretty much just gonna hold off until next turn. Alright, so he's got himself the Water Duplicates Frogadier, so he's gonna get himself 3 Frogadier on the bench. I need a double colorless energy so I can actually get Shaman out. Ooh, he only had 1 Frogadier. That actually hurts. And ask and you shall receive. Alright, so I am actually just going to Cynthia my hand away. Yes, it's going to result in me having a smaller hand, but I had a pretty dead hand having 3 versus Seeker. This is actually much more usable. So peeking red card. Well, right off the bat, I am going to trade away that peeking red card. I don't see it being of any use right now. We got Lucamine, so in case he does get rid of Skyfield, I can actually get that back. And we're just going to Sky Return in all honesty. We're going to do 30 damage. It does let me get my Zoroark, and I do get a Shaman out into my hand. If he's playing Splash Energy, I could actually use Faba, because Splash Energy is that special energy, which will work. But now I am looking at... Let's see, you may discard a Water Energy from your hand if you do put 3 damage counters. Playing Pokemon Center Lady Greninja. Okay, I thought I was playing a Greninja Break meta deck. That is actually false. So he's going to Water Shuriken, he's going to discard the energy, probably use like Aqua Patch. That could work. Yep, there's the Aqua Patch. Probably going to attach it on... Ooh, he's going to go to the Ninetales. I don't think I have an attacker. Let's see, what do we do? What do we do? We can get a second Zoroark, which isn't bad. Does he have any tool cards? Faba does not help me. I guess I'm just going to have to Cynthia because my hands are pretty much dead at this point right now. Nothing I can really do with my hands. I'm trying to load up my bench, and that's not working. Ah, there we go. That is going to work. Here we go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to Versus Seeker, just try to thin out the hand as best as I can to draw 3. We're going to trade away the Skyfield. I already have 1 Skyfield out, so I can actually just trade away 1, see what we can get. We got a Battle Compressor, which I like. So Battle Compressor lets me send 3 cards to the discard pile. And the 3 cards I am looking for... We're going to send Execute. We're going to send... probably Colress, so I can Versus Seeker it back. And a Delinquent. Just gives me Versus Seeker targets. We're going to get the Execute back into my hand with the Propagation ability. Here we go. Now we're going to start going. We're going to Ultra Ball it and the Trainer's Mail away. We're going to go grab ourselves... we are going to grab ourselves another Zorua. We want to start building up the bench as best we can. Alright, we're going to place Shaman down onto the bench. We are going to draw 5 cards. Fill up our hand nice and full. We got a Choice Band out. I don't see Choice Band as being useful. We're going to Propagation, get the Execute back into our hand. And at this point, I don't think Alola Muck's going to be of any use, so we're going to get a Zoroark out. We're going to trade. Send the Execute back down into the discard pile. Draw 2 more. And pretty much this is what Execute does. Probably why it should be banned. I don't see any GXs on his field, so I don't see them being of any use this game. But I do need to get rid of that Ninetales, or that Vulpix. So we're going to play another Zorua. We're going to get the Execute back. Honestly, could get that Delinquent. Or Lucamine. We'll get this back for now. I have Versus Seeker as well. Alright. We'll get Colress. Colress? No, I want Delinquent. I really want Delinquent. Let's see. How much HP does Greninja have? I think I need to play 1 more on the bench to knock out Greninja. We'll play down a Shaman to draw 1 more. There is a Faba, which I actually do not need. But how many Pokemon do we have to play? 7, 140. There's the knockout. The problem now is the Ninetales. If he plays a Ninetales, I am in trouble. Because I have no way to actually deal with Ninetales. Oh, he forfeited. Oh, thank goodness. Woo! I had no absolute way of dealing with Ninetales that game. I will take the forfeit. We take those. We are not complaining about them. But let us grab a second game, because you guys saw what we're doing with the deck. We're literally just Skyfield, fill up the bench, use your execute. I mean, just abuse your executes. Just Ultra Ball, bring them back. VS Seeker, get a supporter back, discard. You're really just trying to get your bench full, get a Zoroark out, and then proceed to start doing as much damage as you possibly can. I really think this is a fun deck. I mean, results showed 4th place finish as well, so we do open up a Zorua, which is nice. We're taking on a fire deck, so this is probably the, what is it? Reshiram deck? Oh no, playing Cyndaquil. Ooh, interesting. Because I'm pretty sure, isn't there like a Typhlosion that does like a milling? Oh, what are we playing? I mean, he hasn't reverse hollow, so far, looks like he knows what he's doing. So we're actually going to Ultra Ball, Alolan Muck, and the Peaking Red card. Do we get a Shaman or a Lele? I think I go for a Shaman. I think we go for a Shaman. What we're going to do here is we're going to attach onto Zorua. We're going to play the Shaman. We're going to draw 3 cards. Because I still have another Ultra Ball if I need to start filling up bench space. We are going to play the red card, though. So now we shuffle his hand. He draws 4 cards. We're going to Trainer's Mail here, see if we can find anything that we can add. Battle Compressor is perfect for what we need. So we're going to play the Battle Compressor. We're going to send the Execute. We are going to send Sudowoodo. And we're going to send a Zorua, because I still have the Rescue Stretcher in hand, which I can use right now so that I can shuffle 3 Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. Zorua, Sudowoodo, Alolan Muck, back into the deck. We can execute Propagation. And what I can do here is actually Ultra Ball for a Lele. And grab myself a Cynthia. So 1, the bench is starting to get worked up. Cynthia right now lets me get a nice fresh hand of 6. Is there anything in my discard pile I need? Lusamine actually could be useful later in the game. And now we'll play the Cynthia. We have the Lusamine back in the deck. Nice fresh hand. We got the Skyfield. Here we go. Now we're just building up the bench. So 1, we are going to level ball. We're going to grab myself another Zorua. Play that down onto the bench. Ultra Ball. We're going to grab ourselves a Shaman. We're going to use said Shaman to draw 6 cards. Up to 6 cards. So now we are really starting to pop off. All this on just a turn 1 play is phenomenal. I can actually Ultra Ball away one of those Skyfields. Do I want to? No, because I could actually really screw over his hand next turn. Really screw over. Oh, forfeit 1. My plan was, even next turn, if he plays any cards, I can just delinquent. I can keep the Skyfield so that I can keep the Skyfield in my hand. I delinquent. I still have another Skyfield, and now he's possibly down to no cards in hand and would need a miracle top deck at that point to prevent me from pretty much just going in the next turn for game. So your plays in this deck are going to be very long. For those that play the expanded format religiously, let me know if I'm making any misplays in the game. This is probably the 2nd expanded deck profile I've ever done, so I am not too versed in expanded. But from what I'm getting just from the deck in testing, I really want to build up the bench, go in with Zoroark, and pretty much just win the game. I feel like the execute plays I'm doing well. Just recycling the execute, filling up the bench, get a big bench turn 1. As we open up Ditto Prism Star, that is not the ideal open. And nothing really in the hand, in all honesty. I'm gonna need a miracle top deck here on the draw. So, oh, he opens up Lele. So you know what? That's okay. Battle Compressor. So he's gonna send 3 cards from the from his deck to the discard pile. Graveyard is Yu-Gi-Oh! A completely different game. Alright, so he's going to versus Seeker. He's going to get himself a Whitney back. Or Professor Elm's Lecture back. Ooh. And now he's going to fill up his bench with 3 Hoot Hoot. What am I playing? Swampert. Is Noctowl even relevant in the meta? Alright, so, oh, we have an Ultra Ball. I like Ultra Ball, so we're going to do Peaking Red card in Lusamine. This is so that I can grab me a Lele. Lele, in my opinion, is probably the better option here. Yes, we do want to search for a supporter. We want to grab myself a Colress because he has 3 Pokemon on the bench. So I could actually get a decent amount of cards here. We're going to play the Skyfield. I'm actually going to get the Ditto out of the active here. And now I'm going to Colress. We're going to shuffle our hand. We're going to get, what is that, 4 cards, which are 4 really good cards here. We are going to retreat the Ditto. We're going to get into the Lele. We're going to attach a Choice Band. You know what? We're going to go in with a Lele this game. I've decided we're going to go in with a Lele. We got the Ditto out of the active. We got a Delinquent for next turn, which makes me very happy because I have another Skyfield in hand. And we are just going to go for that energy. Oh, we do not have another Skyfield in hand. Sad face. Oh, well. We still did 70 the Lele. We have the Sudowoodo on the bench, so he only has 4 bench spots. So Swampert not happening today. He's going to play the Ultra Ball. He's going to discard a second Swampert. Ooh, Archie's Ace in the whole full art. Looks fantastic. Alright, so he has Noctowls. What do they do? Each player reveals their hand. This does 20 times the number of item cards. Interesting. So it's kind of a item lock. It's more of, what is that called? The Gumshoes from Ultra Prism. Look at your hand, your opponent's hand. If you find a Pokemon there, it does X amount more, 20 times more, something like that. So he's going to play a Whitney. Whitney was, what is it? Let me see. Draw a card, then draw 2 cards for every other Whitney in your discard pile. Interesting. Alright, so right off the bat, bam, Delinquent. Skyfield's gone. His hand is annihilated. Ultra Ball, Alolan Sandslash, he's not getting anything out of there. So let's see what we can do. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Well, I'm going to attach double colorless energy onto Ditto so that I can evolve it. We're going to play a Shaman, draw 2, hopefully hit a Skyfield. Feels good. Alright, we're going to versus Seeker. We're going to grab ourselves a Lusamine. This feels fantastic. We're going to Energy Drive for another 70 damage. And he pretty much just has to top deck something. If he top decks a Cynthia, I am going to be furious. Top decks a Level Ball. What does a Level Ball get him? Gets him another Noctowl. So he has 3 Noctowl, but no energy in hand. So I will pick up 2 prizes next turn. As there is the Zoroark. Well, Zoroark, we're going to trade away that Execute for 2 cards. No need for me to use Delinquent right now because of me just having him on lockdown. Pretty much. We're going to get that Execute back. Alright. I have nothing I really need to do. I can just attack with Lele, knock out his Lele, and I'm in a phenomenal spot right now. And this honestly might be the last game. I'm giving you guys a good idea of what you're supposed to do with the deck. He's going to get double colorless energy off the top deck because he is a lucky son of a gun. So, only 2 items in my hand, 40 damage, nothing to really worry about. We are going to start building up some Zoroarks down here. He still has no bench, so no real worry for me. There is another Skyfield. We're going to get ourselves a Zorua down onto the bench. I could Battle Compressor and try to get me a... see, Lysander Guzma could actually be really good. I really want Guzma. Because I don't pick up a knockout, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So what we're going to do, we're going to retreat. We're going to go into Zoroark. We're going to be nice. We're going to Rescue Stretcher. Does Rescue Stretcher help me? No, it does not. That was a misplay. Oh, that is sad. That is sad. I really ruined that. Just kidding. I just want to empty my hand. I could Colress. You know, let's Colress. Let's see what we can get off the Colress. I had nothing else really in my hand that would help me here. We got a Choice Band. We got a Special Charge. I only have 1 Special Energy in the discard, though. I have Fabas. Fabas are nice because if he top decks another double colorless energy, I can really just disrupt him. So there's a Shaman EX, and that is pretty much the game. I got Zoroark built up. I pretty much just ruined him. He's going to Versus Seeker, probably grab him. Oh, he gets himself Archie's Ace in the Hole. Interesting. So Archie's Ace in the Hole. Lets him put a Swampert down on the bench and then draw 5 cards. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to destroy his hand. Because he's going to play Noctowl Break. Okay. Life Dew. What does Life Dew do? Life Dew. How much did that do? That did 120 damage. Ouch. Alright, so Noctowl Break. I did not even know Noctowl had a break card. We're really just going to screw over his hand right now. We're going to discard 2 cards. Ultra Ball. And at this point, Shaman, right? Shaman? Shaman. We are going to grab ourselves Skyfield. Okay, we got ourselves Skyfield. We're going to Delinquent. I will have to get rid of 1 Pokemon, which will be Shaman. He gets rid of 3 cards. I play another said Skyfield. We're going to get ourselves Execute back. We're going to start deck thinning again. We got 2 Zoroark. If I get another one, I could possibly get 3 Zoroark out onto my bench. Noctowl has 130 HP. I do knock it out. Yeah, look at us. We're getting more set up. We are going to get more set up. Execute probably has to be banned. This is a little unfair just to have a recyclable card here. There's a level ball. I guess we can just get a 4th Zorua. And we're just gonna Righteous Beating for a knockout. We're gonna take 1 fewer prize cards because of the Life Dew Ace Pack, which is fine. He has nothing set up. Swampert lets him draw until he has 3 cards. He top decks. This man got top decks that are for real. The good thing is I only have 1 item card in my hand, so I'm not too worried about it. And here we go. He's also playing the Execute, so he's going to be able to do that shenanigans with Swampert, draw 1 more card than I will. But at this point, I don't think it's actually going to matter. Because how many energy are actually in his discard? He has 2. So Special Charge at this point isn't going to help him. He's going to start deck thinning much like I was, except him being down on prizes right now really hurts. Probably going to get the Noctowl break into his hand. Let's see. Let us see. What can we do? I should be able to win. He's just pretty much going to mill out his deck at this point, right? I mean, he's played a couple Rescue Stretchers, and that is a Prism Star. Jirachi Prism Star. Ooh, that was if that was face down, that would have been good. So he's going to High Flight. He's going to realize I only have one item card. Oh, he has his hand, too. That hurts. Does that hurt? Has he played any Special Charge yet? You have to be playing Special Charge. No, really? Wow. Well, we're going to play my Special Charge. We're going to shuffle 2 of these back into my deck. We're going to play a Level Ball. We're going to get a Marshadow here. We're going to play a Faba. We're going to get rid of that double colorless energy. We're going to play a Shaman down onto the bench. We're going to draw 3 cards. And I'm pretty much just going to try to get some Zoroarks. There we go. That's all I was trying to do, is just get the Zoroarks out. We're going to Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail gets us Rescue Stretcher. Rescue Stretcher is out, and is good benefit for me, because now I can just shuffle 3 Pokemon back into my deck. Zoroark and a couple Shaman. Alright. At this point, I can just pick up a Knockout. He has nothing really left he can do. We could trade. I'm just going to Righteous Beating for the Knockout. 2 prizes left. I play 1 Guzma, and in 3 games, I have yet to see a Guzma. Granted, 2 of them were 1 turn forfeits. The other went a couple turns, and the guy forfeited. So he's going to Battle Compressor. He's going to send 3 cards to his discard pile. What is he sending? He is sending... I didn't even see what he sent. Juniper. Looks like a Whitney. With Swampert, he's pretty much just going to be drawing out the rest of his deck. I should have Marshadowed. There's a Guzma. How many Noctowl are in his discard? 1. So he's going to Trainer's Mail. He's pretty much just looking for the Noctowls. Oh, he's looking for double colorless energy. I would laugh if it's prized. I would laugh if his last double colorless energy is prized. There's the Propagation. So he might just draw out of his deck right now. There is the Special Charge. Well, good thing I have another Faba. We're going to send another one to the discard pile. And at this point, he's pretty much just trying to draw the rest of his deck to get one of those double colorless energy, I think. He's going to have the Noctowl. He's going to pick up a Knockout. I could actually lose this game. I'm starting to think of. Whitney. There's the Choice Band. Is he going to pick up a Knockout? High Fling. He does. But I still think I'd pick up the game due to deck out. Which is actually really nice. No, I'm not going to Marshadow. We're just going to Faba for fun. We're going to send a Choice Band out there. And we are just going to Righteous Beating for the game. Because my opponent here has no more cards he can draw. So that is a win, a 4-0 day with this deck. A deck I really enjoy in the expanded format. I love just getting full bench, get the Zoroark out, and just start beating down your opponent with that. If I were to grade this deck 1 to 10, I mean, when you look at it, it finished 4th at a regional championship, and I believe Anaheim actually had a good attendance in terms of players. Can't really think of off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure Anaheim, 508 Masters players. So, pretty good turnout for a regional championship. Finishes 4th. Great result. Playing it online, I love it. You have a lot of variety that you guys can do with the trainers. You can add Lysand, you can add Lysandra, you can add more Guzmas. I'm very happy with the build I'm using right now. I love the deck. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect 10 out of 10 deck. Except back in Yu-Gi-Oh! You have a 10 out of 10. Runs the meta. I would give this deck probably a 9, 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Really think it is a very strong deck. I think it's something that could be played a lot in the format, especially with minimal changes. You have a lot of interchangeable parts in the deck. If you want to run Garbodor over Alolan Muck, you guys can run Garbodor. You guys can run maybe one less Shaman, one more Lele. Lots of variety that you can just do with the deck. Very standard Zoroark deck. But if you guys enjoyed this deck profile, you guys want to see more of these breakdowns of tournament decks, go ahead let me know in the comment section down below what decks you guys want to see me use. Again, you guys can go to limitlesstcg.com, check out any of the tournaments, and check out the decks that have been used. Build them for yourselves. With all that being said, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I am signing out.